Friday at Gen Con 2026 continues, and I've got an opportunity once again this year to talk to my good friend Dominic McDowall from Cubicle 7 Entertainment, our friends
Indeed.
at Cubicle 7 Entertainment. And as always, every year, Dom, you've got loads going on.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Let's start off, let's talk a little bit about Warhammer Roleplay, The Old World.
Absolutely, yeah. That's our latest release. So that one hit the stores about a month ago, I think it was now. It all sort of, time happens, doesn't it? But it's been brilliant.
Well, a lot of times I get stuff early too, so I'm
That's
not
true,
sure.
that's true.
I forget. Oh yeah, that's right. It did just come out. I had it a month ago. But...
Yes.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that is very new.
Yeah, and it's just gone down fantastically well. I think I'm really pleased with where we got to with it. I think it's a really tightly focused game that just really drags people into it and gets them going straight away. You know, you've got the Grim Portent, that's the evil thing that has kind of seen you. You know, you've noticed it and you've seen what's going on, but it's seen you and it doesn't quite have the power to go against the whole world. So it needs to kill you before you
Sure.
can bring attention to it.
Right.
And it just really sets the game off at a great pace.
It's also a great way to really, story-wise, bring the characters together because many of the characters will have very different backgrounds where in the old world they would not associate by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, no,
like my favorite, the Ratcatcher. He's not hanging out with nobles on a daily basis.
No.
But the Grim Portent might mean that.
Yeah, absolutely. If the enemy of your enemy is your friend, after all. So
yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's and it just really forges the group. And with the way that we've blended it into the world, everybody's got their contacts. So even if you're not a huge expert on the lore, you've always got something you can do.
Sure.
There's you might not quite know exactly where this threat is coming from, but your contacts, the knight, go and talk to them. They're experts. Everybody at the table has got something on their character sheet they can follow up. So it's a really friendly to people who are like the Warhammer lore, but aren't the experts at it.
Right.
Yeah. Introduces them nice and
also
gently.
makes for a nice introduction too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there is a lot of information. It's not an overload of information, but there's a lot of info about the setting in the starter set and the two books. But it's not overwhelming, and it's not like, you don't know who the Emperor is right now?
Absolutely.
We can't play this game.
Yeah. It's,
I gotta say, a lot of people have asked me, would I describe the old world as Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay Light? And I gotta be honest, I say, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Sort of.
I know, it was one of the things that we wanted with the game. If we were trying to bring people into the setting to role play in the Warhammer setting for the first time, you wanted to have that accessibility. I think as we went for a dice pool system, and the numbers, the number of dice you're rolling and what you're trying to get, it's all on your character sheet. So you don't have to spend a lot of time getting people up to speed with the rules. They can get their heads around it quite quickly. And then the challenge.
It's a dice pool system, essentially. And you're looking on your dice to roll a particular number, which could change on the dice.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's literally, you roll the number of dice equal to the characteristic, and the number you're trying to get equal to or lower than is your skill. So it's all on the character sheet, no modifiers. If something's exceptionally hard, then you might lose one of your dice.
Right.
And if it's, if you've got an
Something
advantage,
easy,
then it might...
get it there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you're not worrying about adding things up or subtracting
Right, it's like, okay,
things.
plus 1, minus 2,
Exactly,
plus 3.
There's none of that. None of that. So,
It's math light, folks.
It is,
What can I tell you?
absolutely. Yeah. And then the trick has been getting all of the subtlety in there, so that you are, so that it's you get that really satisfying role-playing experience, that it has that depth of play. So that was, again, I'm really pleased where we ended up with it. I mean, combat's a good example.
Yes.
Where, I'd wanted to do a hit pointless system for a long time, and it really came together for the old world. So if the blow...
And there still is the bloodiness of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, the critical hits.
But you don't even have the
things.
wounds points. It's straight in, It's, if a blow gets through your armor, you're taking a wound. There's no sort of 5 hit points or 3 wounds taken. It's just like, there's a narrative thing, You've got D10 teeth flying in that direction.
Something else about the old world I thought was a standout, unique, was much of the magic is on the fly.
Yeah. Again,
It's not oh, well, I got 300 spells to choose from. Now, there are set spells.
Absolutely, yeah.
But much of the magic is just, well, okay, so your character focuses on this sort of magic. You have this kind of power. Yeah, you can do that, or you got to roll for it. Yeah, I love that.
I'm a huge fan of Ars Magica. So I love the crafting, the spell effects that you have from that.
Right.
So that was an inspiration. But I think you're trying to what's the word? Yeah, get that into the right place. It was I think it's got into a really nice spot where we do have the grimoire spells, things that people have worked out and you've learned how to do.
Right.
So you're not constantly having to improvise.
If I remember right,
I
think there is a fireball in there. I think there is. So don't worry.
Standard effects. Yeah. You don't always have to invent on the fly, but just to give people the opportunity to do that, because it leads to such inventiveness, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, it really does free up the imagination. So it's not like, oh, where do I find a spell that's going to kind of fit what I want to do? It's just, okay, what do you want to do?
Yeah. Yep.
So what's on the horizon for the old world? What's next?
Starter set and the GM screen are on a boat somewhere in the Pacific at the moment. So those will be, I think, the street date will be the end of October, beginning of November. You can pre-order on our store and you get the PDF free when you order.
Right, and that's for any product, not just the old.
Yeah, you get the PDF straight away. Yeah.
Yes.
So we've got those and Victoria.
I'm sure you'll be seeing that when I get my copy. Don't worry. So
Absolutely.
Will it be as impressive as the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay starter set?
Double D.
Because I tell people all the time, that's when they're like, oh, what kind of starter sets? That is one of them I always recommend, because it's packed with gaming. It's not, oh, here's a 2-hour adventure that you can introduce the... it's a lot in there.
I think it's one of, because I'm, when I'm developing products and speccing them up, it's what I want is what I'm looking for, and I think that with a starter set, the risk is that you don't give enough lasting content. So I always try to make sure that the starter set has usefulness beyond that initial adventure, and try to get the initial adventure to be as chunky as possible and have a good few play sessions in it, and then loads of adventure seeds and ways you could take it forward. So it's great. You've got the Talagad City Guide.
Yes.
So that's a good sort of that source book that'll keep you going through hours and hours and hours and hours of gaming. And the initial adventure, the introductory adventure, which we spent a lot of time putting that together and getting into the individual scenes. There's just some glorious set pieces in that as well. I'll just advise people to be nice to the bear. You'll know what I mean when you get there.
I think that's probably good advice at any point.
Well,
be nice to the bear. So, spinning off this a little bit, spinning off the old world, let's go and talk about what is going to be a very exciting crowdfunding project on the horizon, and it is going to be for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 5th edition.
Not crowdfunding?
Oh, I thought it was crowdfunding.
No, we don't do a huge amount of crowdfunding.
Right, that's why I was kind of like, I'm sorry, folks, I got to turn a little bit because I'm like at a weird angle. Yeah, that's true. It's like the Vault 5e stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's
useless. Okay, so actually it's better because it means it's closer to coming out. You don't have to wait for it.
Yeah.
So we got the new edition of Wifra.
Yes.
People are excited about that.
Yeah. It's and as you know, it's hugely close to my heart. My first ever role-playing game was Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 1st edition.
You guys have a great relationship with Games Workshop too. So
yeah, we do. We
really do. They trust you with their IPs.
It's a really great working relationship. Yeah, it's great. And so as somebody who's been into it all since a tender age, it's just really lovely to work with them. And it's such a good sort of positive relationship as well. Everything that sort of we talk about when we're developing a project, just all helps to make everything that bit better. It's a real collaration. It's great. It's really good. Yeah. So
what are we going to see with Wifra?
So it was really great going back to back to the beginning, really. I think with 4th edition, which was that was 2017, 2018, the sort of like development process for that. Yeah.
Yep.
A while ago.
Yeah, so, it's been a while.
Yeah, it was really nice. I think it was really nice to see how much I'd grown as a designer in the intervening time as well. It was nice to have that kind of look back and go, okay, how great to have the opportunity to do that as well. It's really, really, really lovely to be able to. So I think it was very important to me that it's as backwards compatible as it can be. I think the obviously 8 years of being out in the wild. And our internal play tests and us testing all the
player feedback
that we've done, and the player feedback, the community feedback's been really great. So there was a good amount of demand for a new rule book, and it was just the time's right really with the 40th anniversary of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay as well later in the year. So everything just sort of coalesced. Now is the time.
I had that. 4 years. Thanks, Doug. Thanks. It's like, oh, wait a second. I wasn't even a little kid either. I bought that with my own money. Wait a second.
Yeah. That's
you mentioned backward compatibility. Speaking of compatibility, I have to ask because I know there are folks out there who will crucify me if I do not ask this.
We can't have that.
It's the internet. Come on. So, a lot of people are hearing really good things about the old world and how it's just easy to jump into and play. And they also want to run some of the classics that are available from the 4th edition of Whitford. Is there a conversion guide? Are you going to do a conversion guide, possibly?
Yeah, it's something that we've been looking at.
Because I'm sure I'm not the first person to ask.
Well, and it's something that we were talking about at the beginning. So I think that at the very sort of the heart of it, there's there is that sort of comparison with the tens unit of the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay stats
and the single
one. So there's a very sort of rough and ready, easy thing that you can do there. What what we're looking into is whether you'd be adding the skill to the characteristic to get the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay attribute plus skill. So we're just sort of kicking the tires on that. But the intention is to have that kind of at least an approximate. There'll be some things that won't be one for one. Magic, for example,
which is in any case for any game.
But I think if we can at least get those core kind of numbers matching up, so you can go from one to the other, and you get a feel for how good a person should be at something. For an NPC. So that's
all right. So there's the answer.
Hopefully, we're feeling our way towards it. No, it's been great. Go back to Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay and incorporate all the stuff that we've been learning over
and then I'm one of these people. I am not super well versed with Games Workshop lore. I like 40K. To be honest, most of my knowledge of Warhammer 40K as well as Warhammer Fantasy comes from Cubicle 7 Entertainment, not from Games Workshop. But I'm kind of curious. You've got, speaking of, let's segue right into Warhammer 40K. Roleplay. You got Wrath and Glory, and you've got Imperium Maledictum.
Yes.
I finally got used to saying it. It just rolls off the tongue.
Once it clicks.
Once it clicks. Took a little while. I was like, that's it. What's cooking for that? What's on the horizon?
So, with those two, we've got the the Wrath and Glory game, which is the action-adventure 40k setting. And then we've got Imperium Maledictum, which is the investigative, kind of noir, kind of, getting into the underbelly of the Imperium, really getting into the detail of it. So those two, and we've got those two because they're such different play styles.
They are.
That it just works better if you've got the rule set that's optimized for them. So with Wrath and Glory, I think we've got the Space Wolves book that's just come out, Sons of Russ, and there's adventures. There's an adventure compendium, the Gilead Adventures. I think that'll be out. The book will be arriving in a couple of months for that one. And there's a campaign that's being developed, which may or may not have quite a big consequence for the Gilead system that the setting has been exploring So.
Well, I mean, Games Workshop is kind of giving you your own playground area to kind of do what you want, do what you wish.
Absolutely. So it'd be interesting to see, and then it will be branching out a little bit more from there. So you'll be heading off into the Imperium Sanctum, the bit that's not the wrong side of the big chaos, the Cicatrix Maledictum. So there'll be a little bit more of a broader area that we're exploring in the future with Wrath and Glory. So, good stuff.
I usually mention this whenever we chat. I am so impressed that Cubicle 7 Games, I always say entertainment, it's games.
Well, it's entertainment's the company.
That's what I thought. Interchangeable, folks. Because I think TS told me, no, it's say games. I'm like, okay. You guys took over Wrath and Glory. It was not one of your products. It was not created in-house.
Yeah.
We won't say who it was with prior. And you embraced it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have been a company that said, this is a favor to GW. We'll release something every once in a while. Yeah. You support that like any other game system you've got.
And I wouldn't have taken it on if I couldn't. I think as someone who makes games, there's what's the word? There's people are making a commitment to play a game and investing in books and things.
Right.
And I feel that as a publisher, we have a responsibility to do right by them and to give them an ongoing game that that they can keep playing forever. I think. It's important to me. Like I said, I do tend to approach things from gamer first perspective, just because that's how
where you come from.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was something that I think with the nobody wanted the fans to be disappointed and not have the future products that that they were anticipating. So I
always like to throw the kudos out because.
Thank
there
you.
are very
really
few
kind.
companies I can think of, maybe two. Yeah. Off the top of my head, I'd be like, they would probably do that.
Yeah.
Most of them be like, To be honest, most companies, it wouldn't exist anymore. They'd have been like, okay, we released a handful of things. We'll move on. Yeah. So what else is coming up?
Loads. You asked me that, and my mind goes blank, doesn't it? Well, Horus Heresy.
Because there's so much.
Horus Heresy. That's we're still working away on that behind the scenes, so that's going to be very, very exciting.
What sort of system is that going to use?
So that's going to use the D10 dice pool system from the old world.
Okay.
It'll be an implementation of that, and the setup. Will be. You'll have a lot of ways that you could approach it, and you'll be able to play either loyalists or traitors at the start. So we've got a. I think we were a good way sort of like through a loyalists first version, I think. But the conversations that we were having with people at conventions and online and things just really kind of made us realise, or made me realise that. People really do want to make that choice at the start. I think, and it's like, okay, I think I could see where they were coming from. I think as a game designer, I think you've always got to be quite aware that you're not going too far down your own kind of
rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's a weird one because I think you've got to do what you love, and you've got to. You'll be able to channel your best work into something that's exactly the game you want to play. Absolutely. Right. But there's a level,
and also realize that. You're not the only one who's going to be playing
absolutely,
it.
Yeah,
sure.
And I think with that one, I think there's very different stories that you tell with the loyalists and the traitors. But I did sort of like have that. I have always played loyalist chapters and loyalist legions. Maybe there's some personal bias coming in here, so
possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. But so yes, we're building in all of the Traitor Legion starting adventures as well, starting characters and starting positions for the campaign. Yeah. So it'll have a broader spread at the start of the options available to you. So it's there you go. It's a little insight into the development process for Horus Heresy. But yeah, what else is really one of the really cool bits that okay, obviously we haven't finalised this, so this is sort of work in progress. But with the moment we've got, like in the old world, where there's no hit points. If you get through your armour, you're taking a wound, and then you've got the table that you're rolling, and it gets worse and worse. You go down.
More,
yeah. For the for legionaries, it starts off as armour damage. And then sort of like transitions into some serious armor damage and some actual physical damage, and then into more of the it's through the armor catastrophic.
Sure.
It's really, I don't know, it's just really cool just getting that kind of the first sort of round hits, and it's like it's it's fractured your right ocular, you've just got a cracked sort of vision on that side.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Just it really brings you into the right there into the battlefield. And,
that's what I was going to say. It adds more to combat as opposed to, you hit?
Yeah.
Okay, four points of damage. Okay.
So your left leg joint has fused.
Right. It's a little different.
Yeah. Quite an exaggerated limp then.
So we got Horus Heresy.
Horus Heresy, and we've got the Talisman game, the Talisman Adventures.
Right. Okay.
So that's what we're working on as well at the moment. And it's designed for people who love the Talisman board game and would love to explore more of the world. Know of role-playing games, but maybe don't want to jump straight into a big multi-100-page rule book. They just it's just trying to give those people the experience of a role-playing game. One of the things I love about conventions is when you get somebody who's never played a role-playing game before, especially sort of teenagers, and you describe what's going on, and the first time you say to someone, okay, what are you going to do? And you can see as it dawns on them that it could be anything. You could do anything, and you just moment, and you go, "Yep, they get it."
Yep.
And I love that. So it's an attempt to provide that in a starter set for people maybe coming in from board games or just trying out RPGs for the first time.
Right.
So that'll be really interesting.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to share, Dom?
We've got Victoriana for 5th edition.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's...
Forgot all about that.
Yeah.
That's out here, right?
No, it's we've got it's on the boat at the moment.
Okay.
So
a lot of stuff on this boat.
There's multiple boats. We've got more than one boat. Which actually we do. They're not all full of our stuff.
Well, yes, of course. But there are containers of your stuff on those boats.
Sometimes I do think about it. One of they've got some small, very big solar-powered sail cargo ships. Although they don't take a huge amount of stuff, but enough. Maybe that's the future. Maybe it's just like Cubicle 7 takes to the waves, and
we should hope that's the future.
Not compulsory take to the waves. There's no land left.
Right.
Anyway, that's a bit of a digression.
Okay, so we've got Victoriana.
Yeah, Victoriana. That's the Victorian themed steampunky kind of. It's our own thing. And that is, be going out to Kickstarter backers and then going into stores later in the year.
So that's a Vault 5e production, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So, Victoriana goes back to a year in the past that I cannot remember off the top of my head, but it was a long history with Cubicle 7. The second edition was one of our first books.
Right.
Yeah. First any award win was the second edition Victoriana. Wow. Well, I made the worst acceptance speech ever. It was me and Andrew Peregrine. But it was literally during the editorial of this game, I made Andy cry. That was all I said, I think. It was
he appreciated
enigmatic.
It was. It's like, thanks for sharing that story.
Yeah, that's good. I don't think I got much better over the years either.
Well, of course. You're a natural now on screen.
Yeah. Well, this is fine, but put in front of a podium or anything like that. No, all bets are off. Anything could come out.
Your audience is actually larger here, though.
What's that?
I said there's more people going to watch this than were in that room.
Just sat down.
Just trying to make you more nervous than not.
Not on a podium. So, what else? We got the Laundry, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, Laundry second edition released a few months ago.
I reviewed the player's guide, and I finished going through the
supervisors.
I'm sorry, the operatives handbook, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
The supervisors I've finished up, I just haven't shot yet.
Yeah.
So
thank you very
soon.
much. Thank you.
Very soon.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a really good, fun setting. You know, I think with that one, I just tend to tell people about the Necronomophone that you get preloaded with magic apps, and generally at that point, people are sort of, okay, I think well, I need to give this one a go.
And one of the things I appreciate, and I think I mentioned this in the Operatives Handbook review, is I appreciate the fact that you didn't really push for the humor.
No,
because sometimes role-playing games are supposed to be, oh, this is supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
You're like,
I think with all satire, it needs to be played straight. You know,
exactly.
I think if it spoils it if you're there with a massive wink to camera and
wink,
all the
wink,
rest of it.
Nudge. Yes.
So no, I think it's well. Thank you very much. Yeah, that was what I was aiming for. So that's good.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's important to point that out because it's like, oh yeah, so it's kind of humorous.
Yeah.
And most people think, I tried a humorous one.
I played Toon
once. I played Toon. You know, funny enough, that's the first thing that always jumps in my head.
Yeah.
Humorous RPG Toon.
I mean, it's very closely followed by Tales of the Floating Vagabond for me. That one comes in sort of quite close afterwards. But yeah, Toon's the go-to for humorous role-playing.
Right.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else you want to share, Don?
I'm trying to think.
It's too bad you really don't have anything going on here.
No. I mean, we went a few months ago the Dark Tide card game and Day of Ascension. So if you want to give a Welf-like kind of card game a go with basically the Gene Stealer cultists trying to infect everybody and bring about the rise of the Four-Armed Emperor. Day of Ascension is going to really well. And Dark Tide is a cooperative card game that, if you know the video game, it's the card game with the video game. But good fun co-op game, and have a look at those. Is there anything else? There's so much stuff, isn't there? It's hard to know where to stop.
Because I always share news in that, and most weeks I know I can get at least one news story from Cubicle 7.
We're usually good for it.
Oh yeah, you're usually good for at least one.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts you want to share with the audience, Dom?
I'd like to thank my mother. That was really badly delivered, wasn't it?
I'm not going to edit. I'm not cutting this.
That was the Oscar speech, wasn't it? I think. Thank mother, cry. That's what you're supposed to do?
When I wrote the introduction to this, I made my mother cry. I see how it is. All right, take two.
No, nothing.
All right. So this is what Dominic usually says. He always wants to thank everybody out there for the support they give Cubicle 7. And
thank you.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's usually how you close things off.
Excellent. Yeah. It's true.
I know.
We couldn't do any of this without everybody out there, and thanks to everybody for their support.
Keep their lights on.
Yes, absolutely. Look at all these lights.
Right, lots of them. Dominic, as always, fantastic to talk with you.
You too.
Have a great con.
Thank you very much. You too.